no offense to you. I mean, no disrespect, Mr. Devilsap. Just no, thank you.
You're so moist.
My friends are human beings.
Yeah.
Hey girlfriends.
And the man named Sugar.
Welcome back to our channel.
Hey. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm good.
I know you're asking them, but I'm good.
They're not really gonna say it back, but I hope you guys are well. Our topic today is friends and faith. Okay guys, so we're finna get into it.
Don't you think we look cute?
Oh yeah, the operas.
It's giving Ashwabi.
Ashwabi, yeah, we're actually
For real.
matching. This was intentional.
This
Today was intentional.
Yeah.
Top is so nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's amazing. Go get yourself one. I want 14 of those.
Go. You better go get you one of these.
What is it?
It's a chicken salad.
Yeah. What's it? Loud Brown Studios.
Shout out to you.
Black owned, female.
Per sis.
Friendship and faith. Do they mix? Do they clash? Is it important? Is it relevant? Does it affect the friendship? Is it something you're mindful of when you're making friends? Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I'm Muslim. My girls are Christian. Devoted Christians. Devoted Muslim, but I have my days. But yeah, we gel pretty well in terms of respecting each other's religions and what we believe and everything in between it. I think it's very much like, oh, I'm not going to step onto something I don't know. Or if the girls have questions, they will ask me.
Yeah.
Like,
And
oh, how?
respectfully.
Yeah, like how do you do this, or what does that mean, or praying 5 times a day, what's the reason behind it, having to like wash yourself every time, etc.
Yeah, we
All
have
of
to
that.
know.
How come you choose not to wear hijab?
Yeah, absolutely. When you should be, Ash, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, there's so many things that we literally get into. The things that sometimes when the girls talk about specific like verses, I'd literally be like, what was that word that I asked you about? There was this particular word that you guys used a lot, and I was like, what does that actually mean?
I can't remember, but I know you didn't understand the versions of the Bible, the different types of versions.
Yeah.
You were just like, oh, are they different Bibles? We're like, no,
No,
it's the
same
Bible,
as
but
well.
just different versions, different interpretations.
Absolutely.
Kind of, yeah.
And the word
Discernment.
discernment, yeah, because you
Oh,
guys kept saying it, and I was
really?
like, what does that actually mean? Yeah.
Oh.
And then you explained what it means. It's like when God speaks to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have that spirit of discernment to
Yeah.
figure out, to know things, or
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
So we teach each other as we go along from our perspective. Do you guys find it
Okay.
hard, or because it's obviously easier when you're dealing with, I understand what I'm saying or how I'm saying it because she's a Christian, vice versa. Whereas when you're trying to explain something and add God into it, because you guys add God into everything. Like we usually add God into everything that we do. How do you guys feel, or how do you navigate differently because of a different religion?
I don't think I've ever had any difficulty in our friendship, to be fair.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not my only Muslim friend. I've got another
Yeah.
Muslim friend, and she's like fully hijabi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, when I have questions, I ask either of you. Obviously, she was Christian before she converted,
Oh yeah.
so she
She
wouldn't
understands.
she wouldn't necessarily have to ask me questions, but I ask her questions. It's always in a respectful way. I don't think we navigate differently with you.
No, because even when it's like specific events at church, we'd put it in the group.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, same
And even
way.
if I don't attend, I'm always like, oh, keep putting them, because there might be a day where I'm like, oh, someone's going through something and let's go, or we're going to go together as a team or as a group, or we'll pray together, stuff like that. It's just,
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. We were all able to like pray and fast together because
Yeah.
there's a lot of like common themes between the two religions. That so in conversations and doing things, like you understand for the most part, and vice versa.
Absolutely.
So it's not foreign.
yeah. And if I don't get it, I'm always like, oh, by the way,
Yeah,
what's this?
exactly. I'm
Yeah.
just open with it.
Yeah. I remember when we did the fasting, and I was literally
Yeah.
like, you guys get to drink water. This is so cool. I had to message the group chat. I was like, guys, I'm drinking water, and I just feel like, oh my gosh. Because when we fast, we don't drink anything at all. Just you and air, baby. Deal with it. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, to be fair. I quite
Yeah.
like the fact that even though we believe in two different things, we were still able to be there for one another
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
via prayer and fasting.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, people probably be like, how? What do you mean? It's two different religions. We don't let that affect us. God is really important to us in our lives and in everything that we do. but
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been like, well, because I believe in Allah and everything else, I feel like right now I can't be.
Yeah, because I think we just put ourselves in each other's shoes. Like, as much as I believe in God, is how much Ash believes in Allah. And if I was to be trying to convert her,
I wouldn't
I wouldn't appreciate it. So I can't do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think it's just like loving you for you and who you are and what you believe in. And imagine if we were like Jewish or something different. I think it would be the same thing,
It
wouldn't
would
it?
be exactly the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I'm very respectful of other people's religions, and I expect people to be respectful of my faith.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And on that note, how do we navigate that with our friendships, just in general, just with our faith when we're going through things, or when life is laughing, or even when life is good?
Yeah. I feel like generally most of my friends are religious.
Yeah.
But even with like a couple friends that aren't, I feel like we still make the same references to Jesus and God. And honestly, with one of my friends in particular, I feel like we've really rubbed off on her. So even though she's not like a church goer necessarily, like not like regularly, like she'll still like say stuff like, oh, like thank God, or let's pray, or like stuff like that, or say amen, and like proper talk, like
because the circle was doing it, she was getting
And I think
Yeah.
one Christmas we actually invited her to church or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's nice. That's amazing.
that's good.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it is easier when you have friends of the same faith. But then, having said that, I have friends that are Christian that I wouldn't ever talk to them about the Bible or faith because they're
that's interesting.
Christian by title.
Not
They're not followers.
They're just, I was born a Christian, so I'm a Christian, so I would never speak to them about certain things. So I don't think, but then I know some people don't believe in having friends from different faiths.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what do you guys think about that?
I'm gonna swear, and I've just stopped myself. I was literally gonna say that's horse shit, but
horse shit.
Yeah, I feel like there's a fine line between it because, like, believe what you want to believe as an individual, but I don't think you should segregate or like. I know a lot of Muslims are very much like you are with the Muslim sisters and brothers, and that's it. And
Which is important.
And the thing is, it's very, very important. But it's important when you're in a specific country that only caters to that, or a community that only caters to that. If you're gonna be a religious person and not go to school or college or uni or parties or events, and you're just at home with your community, that could work.
Yeah.
But when you're in England with your colleagues who are different, some people don't even believe in God. With people that are different backgrounds, cultures, etc., you just end up mixing with a different crowd. But I think what our parents always teach us is don't stray.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can learn about people's cultures, people's religion, etc., but do not stray from what you know.
And not even to be mushy, but like if I believed that, I would have actually missed out on having a friend like Asha, and that's just like crazy.
And vice versa. I always say that. And you know when I used to say, you guys,
you're so moist.
It's very, very
moist. So moist.
She likes me. She lures me. But and this is it. You miss out on so many great opportunities just based on fear.
Yeah.
Or prejudice.
Yeah,
being prejudiced.
Or what
and
you
for
were
me, obviously people interpret, the Bible and religion differently, but that's not what Jesus would have done.
And that's not what you were
So,
taught. And this is the thing, when you follow the book or the religion and just how it teaches you, you don't separate, you don't remove, like you don't do things like that, especially if you're trying to be, there's always that one thing where it's like in the Bible and the Quran, like being kind or like being good.
Yes.
Like, and being good is part of that.
Those are the main things for me.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is that we make up as part of religion and culture is just our stuff.
Yeah.
But all our faiths stems from the three faiths: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism stems from the first 5 books of the Bible.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's why.
Was it the Abrahamic?
Right, and that's why we have those commonalities
Similar bits.
between all three.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if we just strip it down to the basics, what is at the core of it? Love.
Yeah.
So
Well, it should be.
Yeah.
that's just it.
Love. How about those people that are going through things where they don't even have the love to give. So when it comes to things like religion and stuff, it's completely out of the way. Like, they don't even see past, you're a good person, you're a kind person. There's more of, at the end of the day, you're not for me because my religion and my root.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Or the ones that are scared. I feel like there's so many girls or so many women from a Muslim background where it's literally like, oh, they might stray me the wrong way, so I wouldn't even.
So then you're not strong in your faith. Because no one can, I can't be strayed. Yeah. I can't be pulled away from my faith.
Direction.
Yeah.
But I'm a very strong-willed person, so.
And at the end of the day, for me, why am I friends with people? Because there's a shared experience. There's reasons why. It's because I can relate with you, and I'm not really going to be friends with someone who is going to like be like, no, that isn't the right way. This is the right way. No.
Yeah.
Because just like we said before, the reason why we respect each other's faiths is because we want. That's the way we want to be treated. We want our faith to be regarded. So who am I to bash someone else's or say that isn't the true one?
And I think it goes both ways. I feel like if anybody were to be like, oh, Christianity, I'd be like, what? You know, if it's like a Muslim that's like, oh my goodness, I'd be like, first of all, like, my friends are human beings.
Yeah.
Like, first,
exactly.
like, religion is important, but please believe they're not horrible people. Or they're
that's
not
very
nasty.
true. And I think ultimately that's what, like, Jesus and God would say.
Yeah. He created us all, right?
Yeah.
And,
like, religion, I'm not saying spirituality, religion does not come before people.
Yeah. I used to say that, but I used to be scared of saying it. Like, I'd say it in my head, but not out loud, because I'd be shook, like, what somebody would think. Yeah. But the reality is,
I can go into detail about that, but people, it will take the whole video, but look, there's so many things that are wrong with the world, and it's because we've put things like religion and culture before people. Like, how can you justify killing and all that because under religion
killing
or
children?
It's crazy. Like, there's no way the creator is behind that. He's like, oh yes, because of my name, kill them, smite. No, I don't.
Yeah. How do you feel? I never asked you this, but how do you feel being a Muslim woman?
Don't drink Starbucks.
Especially after 9/11, especially around that time.
Yeah.
With the way Islam was portrayed in the media, how did that make you feel? Yeah. What was your lived experience?
It's scary. Like, it literally takes a lot for a Muslim person to say they're Muslim when it was during that time, because you don't know what somebody's thinking. Like, I already know what someone's thinking when I have a headscarf on. No matter, like, it's like your skin tone and being like, it's the same thing. You're literally like shocked to be like, oh, I'm Muslim. But when you do say it and you're like, I'm Muslim and I'm proud, you're just kind of like, because it's who I am. But when you kind of dig into it, it's literally one of those things that's like, do I really want to? Obviously, you're never going to deny God. But it's hard.
I want to proclaim it right off the bat.
And sometimes when I sit down, I literally sit down and say to myself, because I have like 3 pictures in life, like my work pitch, my friendship pitch, and just like who I am, like like little summaries, snippet. I'm going to go on a dating site or something, but like a snippet. And then on my snippet, it's literally, I am, and I always say to myself, there's so many pros about my life, but then I always have the con of, in my head anyways, I'm a woman, I am black, I am Muslim. And I literally, I'm a mother. Like, I always put those things like, this thing should be a positive thing, but they come across, or the way they've been portrayed in the world, as a negative thing. I'm always like, oh my God, I have so many like cons in my life. But it's like, those should not be cons. These are things I'm supposed to be proud of. Not only are you black, you're also a woman. Not only are you a woman, you're also Muslim. Not only are you Muslim, you're also a mother. And it's just like, God damn. But it was scary. But I think we moved on. We shifted, but it's still going on until today. The thing about Islam is like, we also fight each other, which is really crazy to me.
Just like Christians.
Because there's like different types.
We have different denominations.
And I'm just like, really? Isn't it already hard enough to choose from the religions around the globe? I always wonder about that. I'm always like, yeah, I don't have the time to fight with other Muslim people.
Yeah.
Especially to define who you are, what you are. I'm like, no, it's me and God.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think those other things that essentially, like, those shared beliefs are what keep our friendship. Well, that's the reason why we're friends, to be fair. So it's beyond religion and other things that define us. There's those core things that we all believe that it's like, I can be friends with you because I'm big on that. So
yeah, your character as well.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's all about your character. I know people that I can't be friends with right off the bat. No, even bother.
Even if they're Christian.
So I'm not doing it.
Even
what? You don't even put that as but you're Christian, so maybe you will see God's. No.
You can just tell. You can just tell. There's ones where it's like the Christianity is just on the outside, but nowhere on the inside. It's like, no, thank you. So you're just showing off that, oh, I'm a Christian. I didn't do this. But really, your heart is dark and wicked. You can stay where you are.
There are some people that are not comfortable speaking about like religion, especially when it comes to like different groups or different people. Or they're literally like, I don't want to speak on that, and they're strong like believers, and you're like, okay, because I always want to get opinions.
But then you can't be strong. I don't think.
Yeah,
if you're not comfortable.
Yeah, because I think that's something that actually grows as you get deeper. Like I probably wasn't as confident speaking about God maybe
before
years ago, but definitely now, just being older, been through things, understanding God more, getting deeper with Him, then that should grow. I wouldn't really understand under what circumstances, unless you were being persecuted.
Maybe they're not comfortable making people feel a certain way or something.
You don't.
But why is your belief going to make anyone feel a type of way?
Yeah. But then at what point do you draw the line? And I say that is, okay, you're Muslim, we're Christian, we're friends. What about people that believe in other things, which I don't want to say, that you're just like, no, I can't be friends with you?
When you say other things, like, give me an example.
We know. What is the main word? You can imagine the rest.
Okay.
When do you say, no, I can't be friends with that type of person? Or
immediately.
That person that believes that. But that's a religion.
Yeah.
It is.
It's just a choice.
No.
You just want to go the other way.
There's a church of it. There's a church of...
No, Pastor.
No.
We're facing the camera.
What, like him type of thing? Or...
No, the ones where they will actually say they worship the...
Why?
Look, my dear, I'm only a young girl.
Yeah, but why do you draw the line there? That's a religion, right?
You do hear that the Abrahamic, there's the basis of our religion are the same. We're still growing. I can still understand. You're on the opposite. Please, it's okay. Yeah. And no offense to you. I mean, no disrespect, Mr. Devil, sir. Just no, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And how do you think people get to that point? I always think like it's just being lost and not really understanding and not really taking the time to figure out who you are, who God is, etc. Because how do some people follow that?
Because you're deceived.
And this is it. If you come from like a background, your background doesn't even have to be strong to understand that wrong is wrong and right is right.
No, but you're deceived then.
By what?
And some people are just alternative. They just like anything that's
and they just go with the wind. And some people don't know. There's some people that just have never been connected to any sort of religion, so they're and some people are just atheists, and they're just So they could, if you've been raised as an atheist, you don't believe in anything. You could, if you're introduced to that, you could
end up following it. Okay, fair enough. Because I was literally going to say how silly, but then obviously it's you never know what people go through or what they come through in life, and then they're like, I felt closer to this side because of what I went through, and I think similar to when Christians turn Muslim when they're in prison. I'm always like, the darkest part of your life or in your life, you then decided to switch rather than believe in what you believe in. I'm always trying to figure out what is it or like how.
That's a whole
another
other-
topic.
Yeah.
Because some of them even come out stronger Muslims than actual born and bred Muslims.
Yes.
And then
When
some
you-
of them
when
just
you
do it for
convert,
survival.
Yeah, when you convert.
Yeah.
Either way, you're definitely more
On
zealous.
fire.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't really know if I have an opinion on that.
Mm,
By the way, guys, like just generally, you don't have to have an opinion on everything.
I agree.
You
Sometimes it's just
Some
like,
things are beyond you.
yeah.
And honestly, I just feel like, please, between all the things that I have to crack my brain
Yeah,
about,
fruit.
this one that I don't
Day in,
understand,
day
I
out.
leave that. I can't come and kill myself.
Mm.
But yeah.
You know, every time you say that, I always think like tongue. I can't come and kill myself. Like I get it, it's like a thing in it. But I think sometimes people say like, "Oh, I'm dead," and I'm always like,
But you saying I can't come and kill myself is the total opposite to
Oh,
I'm dead.
Yeah, I've never ever said that.
Yeah, I'm always like,
Like, yeah, I don't.
Just-
It makes me uncomfortable
yeah.
when people say, "I'm just like, why would you say that?" That's
Mm.
bants. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. But
dying. Yeah.
so, question. So I know some people who are Christian
Mm.
and they have children, and the godparents to their children are Muslim. I personally think that is so bizarre, because for me, being a godparent is very important,
Mm.
and you're giving that person spiritual authority over your child. But essentially, if you don't believe in the same thing,
Why?
how are you giving them
Mm.
spiritual authority over your child?
They probably see it different from you. They don't look at it as a spiritual authority.
Yeah.
And
That's
what are your
literally
thoughts
it.
on it? That's my only thing. Like, Muslims, you don't have godparents. You don't do
No.
godparents. But if you did, I would think it's weird that you would have someone as a Christian
Mm.
as a godparent.
Godparent, because that's. I think when you're choosing godparents, everybody's different, right?
Mhm.
You choose godparents based on whoever you've seen that is worthy to be around your kid or look after your child, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
someone that can take care of their child if the worst was to happen.
basically. So religion does matter because obviously that person fears somebody, right? Or answers to somebody. But generally, because that's your child, what say do you have in there what religion they are?
But that's
Yeah,
If I'm a godparent and
Oh right, if you're
Yeah.
a godparent, you
yeah,
mean
my
that, right.
my job is to make sure that child is okay. My job is not to make sure that child follows my religion.
Yeah.
But then your job is also to have to cover the child spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see
But
what I'm saying?
then-
But
but
being
then-
a godparent is a spiritual thing, because why don't Muslims have it? Do you see what I mean? And I feel like if it's, I know what you're saying, just like
You're a guy.
like a cultural
You're
thing,
not
like, oh, just
you
a
have to come
title,
church
or if
with
something
us or-
happens
yeah.
to me, you look up. Why don't you just you can have legal papers for that?
But if we're being honest, it is all just down to like the individual. Everybody's got their different definitions. There's probably like the right definition,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is probably what you're saying,
absolutely.
which is probably where it
Yeah.
originates from, which is probably why it's called God.
Godparent. Yeah.
But everyone,
Yeah.
people.
Because I was literally going to say, if you were to give me, or you said, oh, you're my child's godmother, my job is not to make sure your child understands Islam, for example, right? My child is to make sure that your child is well looked after, practicing the right things. Your mom is Christian, so you have to go the Christian way of understanding A, B, and C. If your grandparents, etc., are not around and you need to go to church on a Sunday, we're going to take you to church because that's what your mom would have done.
But would you accept the title though,
Why not?
knowing that?
Oh, what it was and what it meant
What
to the
it's
individual.
supposed to mean.
I think it's a
Yeah, but
big
you
responsibility,
can't be the one to
absolutely.
say no if the individual is the
Has
one that has
asked.
asked you.
Yeah, they must see something in you, even
Yeah.
if you don't see it in yourself.
I mean,
Even
you
if-
can say
No, but
no.
my thing is, you don't believe in godparents in your faith. So would you accept it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think
she's already
yeah.
answered in terms of
Yeah.
she will do what the
What I
person
was
who has
Give them
requested
the job
that
to
of
do.
her.
Yeah, you've given me a
And she
job
will train
essentially,
that child if she
based
needed
on
to,
the
based on
parents. Yeah,
yeah.
rather than what I believe and what I know, and because mostly it's usually what you know and what you believe. You're a good person, so that's why I want you around my child.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, it's okay. Now that I know this, what am I going to do with that responsibility? How would I want that child to go along in life, based on even if the parents are not here and so forth? But yeah, very touchy to be fair, because it's like you have to be careful with people's kids.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think generally with like godparents, people have to take it more seriously than they do.
Yeah.
I feel like people think at that title.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
There's some people that have godparents or godsisters, etc., and they've never even seen them since they were
Yeah.
children. And I'm just
They're
like,
just doing it for the sake of it. Just like, oh yeah, they're godparents.
Yeah.
I don't have any godparents.
I've got one, but
you were close with your godmom or something back in Portland days. No?
no,
Who was the one that kept saying, I'm going to see my godparents? or
not
my
me.
godsister? Not you.
I've got a godfather who lives in America somewhere.
Okay. And you've not seen nor heard from them since?
No, I think my parents were, the last time they were in contact with him was when they went to Washington, which was, I'm assuming, 10 years ago.
And this is the thing. That person probably thinks even if something were to happen to your mum and dad, touch wood, they're not even thinking that they're going to take
They,
Definitely not.
I probably don't even cross his mind. He's probably forgotten that he's my godfather.
You're here busting your heads about who, when, how, does it, which you should, to be fair, because that's important. But the people that you've given the responsibility to, they're doing guy somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I know. Don't you find that when people convert or they become strong in their faith, they tend to cut off people in their life that are not of the same faith as them?
Yeah.
And do you think that's right? What are your thoughts on that?
This is that thing that I don't have an opinion on.
Really?
I'm taking my card. Yeah, because the question is literally, why are you cutting your friends off just because you found God? Do you think that that person's going to sway you back to your old ways?
You see, this is where I will probably have an opinion that you guys might be shocked about. I do think it's very much a personal thing. And if you feel that that is what you need to do for your relationship with God, fair enough. If I was on the receiving end, would I be hurt? Absolutely. Me personally, would I do that? I don't think so. But then it's because already my friendships are built on a moral code anyway. Rather than just frivolous friendships that don't have any kind of foundation. So my friends anyway are people that I think are good people, have a moral code, and would not detract from my walk with God.
I had a friend
But
that
then if I have a crazy friend, then maybe I would feel otherwise, and you do need to.
Yeah.
I mean, you cut people off for other things, don't you?
Yeah, why not religion?
The queen of cutting people off.
I had a friend that turned religion. She was a Muslim and she turned Christian. And when she did turn Christian, and she was still my friend, I said to her, I will come with you. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me see what your church is about. I'll come with you. And we went, and she praised and did her thing, and I just watched in the background, and we finished. And all her friends were like hugging, like, I had a dream about you, Jesus said. And I was like, I'm Muslim. And they'll be like, okay. Before you carry on, I was like, I'm Muslim. But I respected the fact that, like, I wanted to know what was going on in her life. You can't just choose to be my friend and then you switch, and then I'm just like, well, I have no idea, so I'm just going to leave you to it. I was like, it's your personal journey. Sure, that's fine. Let me come with you.
I think that's a real friendship, though.
Yeah. Did the session, etc. So it was.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was like, I don't understand what's going on, etc. And I was just like, sometimes you just don't need to understand what other people are going through or doing. But my way was, I'm still here. I've still got your hand. Like, it's okay. And then left it at that. And I was like, okay, church seems okay. Like, it didn't seem like it affected her, or they were telling her, give us your money or give us your soul, stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool.
Just wanted to make sure the church was legit.
Yeah, needed to make sure. It's me. Can't be one of those.
To be honest, in this day and age.
It probably is. You've got to be careful. But yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
But yeah, I like our friendship. I like it's different. There's difference. I like that we are comfortable enough to ask questions. Yeah.
Like, no one's scared. Even when you're like, even if it's a scary question, you kind of like, but how do you? But you'd say it. You'll come up with it.
But even if you just ask me outright without even trying to be tactful, I know you're not disrespectful about my faith. So I wouldn't even. I just be like, oh, she probably phrased it wrong, or it came out wrong. But I wouldn't feel type of way. And I feel like that's a good thing about us as well. Like, I think, and then obviously us, like, when we just have like general conversations, we speak about faith and scriptures and stuff like that. So
and that's another thing about friends and faith, actually. You know, we've definitely gone through a season of getting deeper with God, hence why it's almost like
absolutely
an everyday thing.
The two of you that I knew back then versus now.
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm trying to say growth is good. Like, you guys are so godly now versus then.
We're not godly. I wouldn't say we're
godly, but
I feel like we're
God-fearing women.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
You know
definitely
that proverb
grown spiritually.
is it Proverb 33?
31?
31, Proverb 31, when they talk about the woman.
What do you know about Proverbs 21?
I've been doing my research. But yeah, I'm literally like, you guys are literally like working towards that, or are being in that, or are living in it. And I'm just like, I'm proud of that, because why would you want friends that are just
whatless?
Yeah.
Just do fun, and then but not sitting down and telling you or saying, but did God write that for you? Is that your path? Is that your truth? Is that what you see? Because you can only get that once you're in line with God's, or once you're learning, or you want to know more.
And what I respect is when Eid, the fasting.
Ramadan. Yeah.
Ramadan, sorry.
I love it when they do it. I love it when Mims is literally like, so I'm going to do like 2 days. And then day 3, she's like, yeah, I stopped. But, I love that everybody asks, or they want to know, or, oh, you message like, happy Ramadan, happy Eid.
Yeah,
like,
we always greet each other.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I forget to say Merry Christmas, guys, but Merry Christmas.
Because it's not easy, especially with no water. Oh.
And the long hours.
Especially
when it's later on in the year.
Yeah, when it's in the summer.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like I should actually do it's another day off topic. Yeah. Would you ever be friends with somebody that does not believe at all?
I want to rule it out.
And this is what I will say, because people could change. Non-believers could become believers, or vice versa.
Yes, 100%. But I don't think I could be close to you.
But I think apart from the religion side is because I just feel like it's probably likely that we have that much in common. It's unlikely, sorry.
Okay.
But I don't know. But like I said, I'm not closing it off. But am I going to be close to you? Maybe not, because we can't talk on that level. Like, we can talk on the level of, are you in line with God, even though we've got different religions, because spiritually people are there, if that makes sense. Exactly. Yeah. You can acknowledge when we are getting closer to God, because whereas someone that doesn't have that kind of spirituality at all, like no belief, then how can you really relate? And that's my issue. Yeah. But,
How would we even, just general things like, I want to do this, I have faith it's going to happen. What do you mean? You're just being deluded. No, I have faith. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So, you see, there's that. Will that respect be there? Yeah. Because you can respect what we're saying because you can relate. That's true. So there's that, and vice versa. Yeah. So true.
What I think is faith is important in a friendship. I agree. I believe it is important. Yeah. As long as you've got the core values, I think it is very important.
Yeah, your praying group and your praying friends and the people that have always got your back and are like, God's got you, don't give up.
You actually need it. Like,
it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. It's like the icing, like, oh my gosh, they also believe in God. Oh my gosh, they can also pray for me.
I think it adds a level of closeness as well. Like, I cannot detract from that. Because, like you were saying, when you're saying, oh, I have faith, you actually need someone that can encourage you and be like, because they get it. So.
Absolutely.
We are running over time.
We are. It's been a blast, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's chit chat. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to know how we manage our friendship being in different religions, let us know.
Let us know if you have friends that have different faiths, if you've cut someone off because they have different faith to you, if you don't think it's important, if you think it is, let us know in the comments. We want to talk to you guys.
We definitely do. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.